Welcome to the Chuck Wick Show. We are going to talk about a lot of things, Sam. We're going to talk about the tours that you don't want to miss. A lot of big tours to announce. And some surprising ones, actually, especially with the opening act part of that. So that's good. John Morgan is going to be here, which we love John Morgan. If you don't know John Morgan, you're about to. Jason Aldean found this guy, signed him up, and he's off to some great things. And somebody's back in college. Should be me, but it's not. It's another country artist that's much more successful than I am, and Sammy's going to have her opinions on it for sure.
Oh, interesting. I'm ready.
What was your first concert?
Alan Jackson, Leanne Rimes.
Oh.
Leanne Rimes was opening for Alan Jackson, and it was at an outdoor, probably like festival thing. I don't know. I was 7, so I'm not really sure, but I know that Alan Jackson and Leanne Rimes were there.
Round of applause for that. That's big time. My first concert almost was Reba McEntire. I was like probably 13 or 14, growing up in Delaware. She played the Harrington State Fair, and a girl asked me to go. And then the same day of the concert, she broke up with me. So I did not go to Reba McEntire. I was very sad about it, guys.
Wait, hold on. So Reba was your first concert, but you didn't go?
No, I didn't go. She was almost my first concert.
Oh.
So then I had to wait. Why are you laughing behind the camera about this? This is serious stuff. These are real tears that happened to me when I was 13.
That is pretty traumatizing, though. Have you seen Reba since?
Believe it or not, I didn't see my first concert until I was a freshman in college. Shania Twain, Orlando, Florida.
Also a fire option.
Jordache Jeans was the sponsor. Jordache.
Oh, wait, yeah. I feel like you've told me this story because of that word particularly sticks out to me.
So Reba McEntire, so I broke my neck.
Sorry, I just almost broke my neck with the hard right turn we just took. What?
18, I know. You remember that?
No, I do, but
So here,
we're
listen,
talking about Reba, and now we're talking about
I love Reba
things.
McEntire, and this is why.
Okay.
Outside of her music, I love her as a person. Because when I broke my neck, rollover car accident, horrible. It was in the morning show we did at Cumulus, and we were driving down to Louisiana to do the Mardi Gras parade. Hydroplane, flip over a bunch of times. I break my neck.
Were you driving?
No, I was asleep in the back.
Oh, Lord.
So I wake up and all of a sudden we're like, boom, 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 boom. And so I'm in the hospital and I am by myself. There's no family, nothing, no one's around. I get a phone call in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Okay. Mm-hmm. They're like, Mr. Wicks, you have a phone call. I'm like, well, who is it? And this is like maybe 12 hours after the wreck.
Sorry. I'm not laughing at this because this is very... Hold on. I got to resituate. Because if you tell me that you have a phone call while you have a broken neck in a hospital and it's Reba who's on the other end, is that what you're going to say to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
what?
You have a phone. I thought it was my mom, dad. I'm like, they found out where I'm at in the hospital.
That makes sense.
It's Reba McEntire. I said, I pick up the phone and they didn't say that. They're like, you have a phone call. They're like, here it is.
Because never in their wildest dreams would they think that it's Reba calling you.
They say it's Reba McEntire, but.
Right.
So anyway, I'm like kind of drugged up anyway. I'm on, pain medicine and everything else. But I remember like it was yesterday. And so she goes, hey, Chuck, this is Reba McEntire. How you feeling, buddy? How you feeling? Are you okay? And I was like, I was in shock. I was like, is this really Reba McEntire? And she goes, it sure is. She's like, I just wanted to call you. I was thinking about you. I think it's horrible. I'm glad you're safe.
Wait. How does Reba know about this accident if it just happened 12 hours ago?
The next morning, it was on the news.
Oh, okay.
So
she called you before your own family.
She beat mom and dad. Beat mom and dad to the punch.
I don't know if that's funny or sad.
I want to say mom and dad probably called me on my cell phone, like almost immediately.
Sure.
So but she called the hospital. Reba forever is like my favorite. I was like, who needs to hear you sing?
I feel like you should have called that girl who broke up with you at that moment and been like, hey, remember when you ditched me at the Reba McEntire concert?
Yeah, here's
so
Reba.
Weird. I'm in the hospital and she just called me. Thanks for nothing.
Click.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about big tours. So Tim McGraw. Okay, love Tim McGraw. Tim McGraw was my follow-up to Shania Twain. My next concert was Tim McGraw, Kenny Chesney.
Fire.
Chesney was opening up for McGraw.
What year is that?
That would have been 99.
Oh, wow. So he wasn't even doing stadiums yet.
2000.
Kenny was the baby act.
Yeah, well, I think he was a direct support. Yeah.
Right, but he wasn't the headliner, I guess.
Yeah, he was not headlining yet. Saw that. So Tim McGraw's back on tour with, this is the surprising part, the Chicks. The Dixie Chicks. They don't go by the Dixie Chicks anymore. They go by the Chicks.
The Chicks. Are all three of them? Is it the original band? Do we know?
100%.
Okay.
So the Chicks will be out there, and Lady A also dropped their name.
Fire.
Used to be Lady Antebellum. Now they're Lady A. There's a theme going on. Anyway, Tim McGraw, the Chicks, Lady A, they will be doing a stadium tour. There's two other acts. 49 Winchester, not familiar with them, but I'm going to look them up. But the other one is his nephew is going out on the road with him, Timothy Wayne.
So Tim McGraw's nephew's name is Timothy Wayne?
Yes.
Is that what I'm hearing? Okay.
100%.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Dude, listen, I know some people might not share this opinion, but I think that if you have even 1 ounce of nepotism, you should use it.
When you say nepotism, what does that mean? It's a big word.
Nepotism means that you have a dad or an uncle or a friend or a mom or some connection to what you're trying to do. And that relationship is present in a work situation. So, I mean, I feel like nepotism is just one more connection. And I think people who have connections should use them. I don't think that automatically is like a distasteful thing. I think that that kind of ruffles people's feathers sometimes. And I've always found that incredibly weird because why wouldn't I take the path of least resistance?
I agree with that.
It's already hard enough. So
I just wrote a note because you reminded me.
Oh.
So
Use nepotism.
Call Jason Aldean
Yeah.
for
Great usage of nepotism.
Future
right here.
tour going in the studio ASAP.
That might be you gotta play the game, babe. You gotta walk the line.
Maybe I'll just have the wine company with him.
Sure. Hey, that's a good start.
You know?
Look at you.
But that's a family story.
Heard that's international now.
It is. No big deal. Other big tours. Let's see. Ella Langley is going out on tour. That's going to be huge. Which, by the way, arenas for her. Which is a big deal.
Huge.
Megan Maroney, arena tour.
Huge.
Ella Langley, their opening acts. Let's see. Cameron Marlowe. We love him. Dylan Marlowe. Caitlin Butts. Lacey K. Booth, who is now dating
Morgan Evans.
Gabriella Rose, and then Tim McGraw. We went over that. Megan Maroney, who's she bringing out? Cloud 9 is the name of the tour. 43 dates, 5/29 it starts. Has not announced openers. Thank you, Emily, behind the camera. This is good.
Oh, wait. There haven't been openers announced.
I know.
For Meg?
Is this a
that what you're
surprise? Is she going to surprise us?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. But I do appreciate maybe it's like a digital marketing tactic where they just like give you little bits of information to keep you on the line.
Without even announcing openers, she
crushed it.
went gangbusters.
Oh, crushed it.
Sold like tens of thousands of tickets.
She's got that young girl market.
I know.
Locked and loaded.
I know.
There's another blonde girl that it worked out really well for too. I don't know if you're familiar with her, but
Rhymes with
Schmiller Schmift.
That's
and
right.
I feel like if it's not broken, don't try and fix it.
I agree.
She really invented that wheel. So I'm glad that Meg Maroney's figured that out.
It's interesting. I like that Ella and Megan are both having like a lot of success, and they're very different.
Completely.
Artists. Very different artists. And very good. Jelly Roll, Post Malone, going back out on tour. Stadiums, by the way. Stadiums.
That doesn't surprise me. They are two huge names independently. And so when you put those together, wait, so when they have two big names like that, do they alternate who's the headliner each night? Or is
There
it
have
Post
been other
Malone's?
there have been other tours
That
where
you
they're
co-headline.
they co-headline and they'll switch. Like, oh, this date I'm gonna do this one. This date you do this one.
Yeah. Okay.
And I don't
And
think
that's just like up to the artist and their team, I guess.
pretty much. Post Malone and Jelly Roll collaborated on Losers. That's pretty much all the big tours. There's other ones, but those are like the big.
It's only February, so I feel like we'll still get a few tour announcements popping up towards the summer months. Just maybe not huge tours like that.
100%. And fair and festival season,
I'm very familiar with that.
which Sammy will be out on the road with Old Dominion, so
I will
that's going
be
to be
doing
fun.
a lot of fairs and festivals this year.
And Lainey Wilson has a Netflix documentary.
Documentary?
It's a big
About
deal.
what?
The 22nd it comes out of April.
Is it specifically about her?
It's off of her Country School again because she's so traditional. Mm-hmm. It's kind of around that deal. She's very authentic. I love Lainey Wilson.
So do I. Big
And she's
fan.
done a lot of good things in a short period of time.
I was incredibly impressed with her hosting skills at the CMAs.
She's great.
She's got good comedic timing. She's obviously beautiful and her style is impeccable. But I just feel like not everyone is a good host. Just
Agreed.
because you're a good artist does not mean that you can tackle the hosting thing. And I think Lainey's done that incredibly well.
Confident and comfortable. Two
Yeah,
things you
and
need.
personable and relatable and just you want to root for her. You want to watch her. And I just think that that's something you can't teach. You're either genuinely, you have it or you don't.
All right, big Lainey fans here. When we come back, we are going to talk about another artist who is
Okay.
very good at going back to school because he's smart, apparently. Because he's, well, and I feel like you're going to have something to say about it. So this is going to be fun. Yeah, guess who's back in college? To get their master's, by the way.
Can I get a hint?
Last name Bryan.
Well, I don't think it's Luke.
Too busy with Idol. Zach Bryan, NYU for master's.
Do you think he's really going back to school, or do you think this is like a publicity push?
I think...
Are they trying to maintain his image?
Actually,
Look at him. He's a scholar.
Maybe, actually.
Maybe.
Because he's been through the ringer a little bit with some bad choices, if you will.
Yeah.
He almost got in a fight with Gavin Adcock.
Whoa, I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
He climbed a fence.
On purpose. With a barbed wire at the top.
Oh, I have so many things to say about that. You have to be out of
your mind. First of all, I'm not a fighter at all. Like I have zero desire to fight anybody. I would if I needed to protect myself or my family, but I have zero desire to fight. If you go out of your way to climb a barbed wire fence to fight somebody
over a scuffle that started for what?
No,
literally, what were they even fighting about?
And then he was rude to a fan, a kid, I think, which was not cool. You know what? I think that's actually what started the scuffle between him and Gavin Adcock, because Gavin Adcock made a comment about how he was rude to one of his fans. Not to a Gavin Adcock fan, but to a Zach Bryan
one of his
fan.
own fans.
Yeah. And he's like, if you don't make the time for your own fan, anyway, you shouldn't be in that position. So I think that's what started it. And then now, I think he said he's going to stop drinking, Zach Bryan.
Wow, what a great idea.
And he's going to go back to school.
Also a great idea.
His degree is in psychology. Is that correct?
The irony. Listen, I've enjoyed Zach Bryan's music that he's put out. I think that's where the niceness
I like watching
stops.
Sammy trying to be nice. It's fun.
It's tough, dude. And like, okay, here's the thing. I've never met him personally. I do not have any personal experience with him. So what do I know? I know nothing. I know what I see on the internet and what I hear.
That's true.
However, when something is a common denominator in multiple situations and that something seems to be the negative catalyst, it's hard for me to ignore.
I agree.
If it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck.
Must
be something. Anyway, so listen, no one loves a comeback story more than me. I love giving second chances. Pop off, Zach. But I feel like the bar for Zach Bryan to redeem himself, not that he owes it to me, but like personally, is so high. It's higher than that barbed wire fence he tried to climb. Like, I don't know that he can come back, but I'm rooting for him to do so. How about that?
All right. That's very good.
Was that nice?
Guys, very good. That was very nice.
I chose my words wisely.
Yes, you did. And there's a reason why I wanted to bring this up about Zach Bryan to you on the TV form of this show on Heartlamps, which you're watching right now, which we appreciate. But we have launched a podcast form of this show called The Chuck Wick Show Unhinged. And it allows us, more so Sammy, to maybe not be so filtered.
It's way more natural for me than being buttoned up. Like, this should be the Chuck Wick Show, Sammy's buttoned up. And then the podcast should be the Chuck Wick Show, Sammy's unhinged. Yeah, so that's on me, guys. But, you know, I am who I am. I'm doing my best.
And we love who you are.
Sure.
And what did you say when we first walked in the room? You're as smart as you...
No, that was towards you, not me.
No, but what did you say in general? You said you're as smart as you perceive.
I said to you that I think you're as smart as you present yourself to be.
That's right.
Like, and I meant that as like, you are who you are.
Right.
Like, there is no smoke and mirrors. That's who you are. And you took it as not a compliment, which I found very ironic because I did not sway my wording either way. You chose that lane. And
so this is what you got to do. So if you go to listen to where Apple Podcasts are and look up the Chuck Wick Show Unhinged, where Sammy does her best work, and you subscribe, leave a comment, leave a review, because that helps people take notice. And then you get to hear this hot mess in a very rare form, which I adore. Music videos. Let's talk about it. CMT is gone.
I know.
No more. But
so is the Top 20 Countdown.
I know.
That show is.
And as an artist, I used to love the Top 20 Countdown because that was like the goal. Got to get the music video and let's get it on the Top 20 Countdown, because then everybody would see that and they would download it and like all the things, right? It's all gone now.
If you ever want to relive the glory days and feel the nostalgia.
Here it is. Give it to us.
I just miss music videos. And I feel like the example I was saying earlier to you is like the Rascal Flatts era. When I was in high school, I used to watch music videos before I went to school in the morning. What Hurts the Most? You ever seen that music video? It'll bring a tear to your eye. Love it. And I don't feel like we appreciate them the way we used to. And so artists have stopped making them because they're incredibly expensive to make. And if they're not getting the love that they used to get, i.e. removing the entire top 20 countdown on CMT, why would they spend the money on it?
Facts.
And that bums me out. I feel like it's I don't know. It's just like a part of the art that I miss.
Well, first of all, I agree with everything you just said.
Yeah.
But I want to say the first video I made was probably like $75,000, $80,000. But I've also done videos independently and I've made them for $5,000.
Right.
So it's doable. Like independent artists out there and everything else, it is doable to make a music video for not a lot of money and it looks fantastic.
Sure.
And then you can send it to Heartland and you can get your video played. I know what I'm doing tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Probably should make new
Cassie,
music
get the
first.
light. We're going to make a music video.
Lights!
It's just Tucker.
Yeah, kids!
Yeah.
Tucker, let's go. Get the belt. Here we go.
He's just in the background.
If you don't know my son is amazing. He's 5 years old, and his thing right now is he has a belt that he just does like this, and it just makes him feel good, calms him down.
No. Oh, yes. But like my favorite is when he's somehow like, he's actually focused in on something else, but he's still got the belt going while he's like leaning down, trying to pick up something. I'm like, first of all, that feels like this to me.
Yeah, 100.
Impressive. But he's just so unbothered by it. So he's going to hit you in the face with a belt while he's like looking at this rock. And he's just like, I'm living my life. What about you?
100%. And that's why we love him so much.
I think that we're on the cusp of an idea for a music video for you. And it's Tucker.
Just Tucker. Yeah. I'm just sitting in the background. You hear the music. I just push play, and then it's just him.
Yeah, I'm in.
I would watch.
Well,
What?
I would hope. It's your son.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. With that said, we'll be right back. The Chuck Wick Show. Thanks for joining us. And don't forget about the podcast, Unhinged, because this one over there, it's worth it. Like, subscribe, review, all the things. This is going to be a tough one, Sammy. We're going to do a little game called First Concert, which is an easy part. Worst concert, that's the hard part. You might have gone to a bad concert. They might be your favorite band, but maybe it wasn't a good concert. So we're going to the streets. But before we go to the streets and find out from the people that tell the truth because they've been drinking on Broadway. First concert, we've kind of gone over this. My first concert was Shania Twain. Your first concert was?
Alan Jackson.
Alan Jackson. My worst concert was, and I had to really think about this, but my worst concert was back in college. It was Pink.
Wait, what?
I know.
How?
I know. Hold on.
This was before she was spinning from the ceiling?
It was before she went like
Acrobatic
stadiums. It was when she first started. It was at the House of Blues. She was late coming to the stage. Okay. Only played 4 songs.
Wait.
And then out.
On purpose? Or because they ran out of time?
Nope. 4 songs out.
Oh, yeah, that's a bummer.
And that's how, like, back in the day, pop acts would do it. So when these baby pop acts, especially like if it was a radio show or whatever, they would come and do these teeny bopper shows. I was probably 19. And Pink comes on, does her like a little 4 or 5 song set. And then, all right, see you later. So by the time you're getting warmed up and you're like getting into it,
it's over.
It wasn't like she sang bad, or it was just the experience was bad because I'm like, that's it. So, Sammy, it's tough.
So I don't mean to be the absolute worst, but I don't know that I've ever not had a blast at a concert.
You know what? That's a believable thing from you.
And I got to be honest, it's why I made it my career. I mean, it's not why, but it's like part of it.
If you ever see Sammy at a show, even when she's working with Old Dominion,
it doesn't look like I'm working.
She's not working. She's having the time of her life. Yeah. And it's like,
how am I not supposed to? I'm literally being paid to go to a concert every night.
I know.
Sorry, I want to wiggle.
You know how I feel about Sammy? Right here, guys. This is for Sammy Shea. For Sammy Shea, we're going to the streets. First concert, worst concert. Have fun with this one.
Hey y'all, it's Olivia. You know the drill. We're back on Broadway here in downtown Nashville, and I'm about to ask everybody what their first concert was and what their worst concert was. That guy has an answer. All right, so who am I here with? I'm Riley Air. Riley.
I'm Nolan.
Nolan.
I'm Anna.
Anna, nice to meet you guys. Okay, so what was your very first concert? Can you guys remember?
Mine was Blake Shelton at the Sports Center.
Mine was Kid Rock.
Kid Rock.
Mine was Florida Georgia Line.
Florida Georgia Line. Okay, so do you guys have a worst concert?
I do.
You do?
The Baby.
Da Baby.
I saw
What happened with Da Baby? baby.
I saw him for free in a town up by me, and it was just awful.
Oh,
Not
no.
good.
Oh
Not
my gosh,
good.
like what was bad about it? Like the people? Was it him? Was it the
It
performance?
just wasn't really executed well. You know,
No.
too many people in a small area.
You know what? The baby do better.
I'm Grace.
Grace.
I'm also Grace.
Grace.
I'm Sydney.
Sydney. Okay, we got Grace squared and Sydney. All right. First concert and what has been your worst concert?
So my first concert was Sugarland.
Sugarland.
Yeah, like love your baby.
Yes. Yes.
My worst concert was I went to Hoodie Allen last year.
Okay.
Well, I didn't actually, because we were there for like 10 minutes and then the ceiling started falling down.
No. Oh my gosh, was everybody okay?
No, like they had to clear us all out and then they rescheduled it for Halloween.
Okay,
and I was
good.
like, no, I was like, it's Halloween weekend. I can't go to a
Oh my
concert. I gotta
gosh.
like.
So you were like, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, literally we're there and the ceiling started falling down. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh my
But
gosh.
I'm obsessed with Hoodie Allen.
Yes,
Like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah, yes.
addicted
But
to
that was
Hoodie
just like,
Allen.
that's just a circumstance
But
that we cannot
he
handle.
knew nothing about it. However, it was crazy. My first concert, sorry, was Dan and Shay.
Dan and Shay, I love it. Oh my god.
Mine was Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber. Oh, believe Did you watch his performance at the Grammys? Oh, I mean, come on. Bieber fever is so real. Okay, what about worst concert? Do you guys have a worst concert?
Worst was Quinn 92. I know that she's offended. I know I'm not hating on him because I love him. It was just like weird vibes.
That can happen. That can happen.
I love Quinn 92, but
Yeah.
more of a country girl.
I don't have a bad experience at a concert. That's great. She's got good. Okay, I'm going to the concert with you. All right, like you're my concert buddy from here on out. Yeah. Who do I have here with me?
Anaya Marie.
Anaya Marie. Awesome. Okay, so Anaya, what was your very first concert, if you can remember?
Selena Gomez.
Selena Gomez. Oh my gosh, did you get like prime Disney Channel Selena, like when
Yes.
she was just out of like Wizards of Waverly? Girl, I'm jealous. You have a worst concert that you.
I went to Lexington and I went to go see the baby, Sexy Red.
Oh my gosh, you had another DaBaby answer.
No, he was late. 4 hours.
4 hours late.
Girl, yeah.
So what time did he come on?
We left there at like 4 in the morning. I was supposed to be there at like 12.
Girl, and you stayed.
We saved.
Oh my gosh.
I paid the money.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
go.
fair. That's fair. DaBaby's team better write you a check real quick.
I was waiting.
I'm here with Rob. So Rob, what was your very first concert that you've been to?
First concert, I got to see Metallica, Greta Van Fleet, and Cage the Elephant
All at the same time?
all at the same time. I saw them in Atlanta.
Insane. All right, so not to throw any shade, but do you have a worst concert that you've been to?
Worst concert was just a random, they throw a big festival at where I'm from in North Alabama.
Yeah.
And I have no clue what this person was singing, but it was basically yodeling. Honestly, you just couldn't even understand what she was saying.
Yeah.
And that's bad when you come from the backwoods.
Yeah. Okay, so to close this thing off, I'm gonna say my first concert were the Wiggles. Of course, come on. And I don't think I have a worse concert. We'll see if that streak keeps going. But that's it from us here in downtown Broadway. Stick around for more of the Chuck Wick Show. It's cold.
Excited about this, Sammy. John Morgan is here. Would you say that Jason Aldean discovered you?
He was kind of the first guy in town, but kind of made me a real offer, you know, so got to give him that, right?
Did he sign you as a songwriter first and then an artist, or all together?
It was kind of all together, man. I moved to town. My goal was to write songs. That's what I wanted to do. And grew up playing bluegrass music, did that whole circuit for a long time. And I just really fell in love with the songwriting side of the industry. And when I moved to town, I was just grinding that out. You know, I was chasing that full production mode, like just trying to get in better rooms. And called me up one day, and basically he didn't offer me a deal on the spot, but he was like, let's chat, you know. But he made it clear that it wasn't just a, you know, publishing deal offer. It was a record deal offer too. So that was a big encouragement to me moving to town. I was like, all right, maybe I can do this, you know. So it's cool.
I do remember when he was talking about you, like, because we'd be, you know, if you don't know, Jason is my, you know,
Yeah.
is my brother-in-law, so I see him a lot. So he would just casually be like, he's like, man, I found this new guy, like he's really good, and because Jason does not get excited, like overexcited about anything. Like I'm super animated, like, oh, you're not going to believe this. I found this guy. He's more like, yeah, I found this guy. And I think I'm going to end up signing him. And it was you.
That's crazy.
And then fast forward 4 number ones. Well, one was with him.
Yeah.
You had your number one Friends Like That with him.
Yep.
That was your first number one as an artist.
Right.
And then you wrote 3 number ones for him.
Yeah.
First, before that came about.
Right.
And now, fast forward again, you have 13 cuts off his new album coming out in April, which is basically the whole album.
Well, I appreciate you telling me that because I had no idea.
No, you do. Yeah, you do. It's in the. You can Google it. Yeah, it's there.
It's there. I'm just stoked that it worked out. I didn't really have a backup plan. Honestly, I mean, I was super green at the time when he found me, and some of my heroes, Stapleton, other guys, Keith Urban, they're all songwriters. It's like, so I kind of saw that route. I had being an artist in mind. It was definitely an end goal of mine, but I definitely didn't expect it to happen right away. I was kind of playing the long game a little bit, but that all changed when he offered me a record deal. I was like, yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah. Well, so it as an artist, it begins with a song with you.
Yeah.
Some people are like, I'm a great singer. I mean, there's great artists out there that don't write any of their own songs. With that said, do you even entertain outside songs that you don't, or you're just like, nope, I'm writing for my record and my name's always going to be on it? Or do you actually listen to outside songs that other people have written?
When you do, you got to have a pretty high standard. It's like, and I mean that in the regard of if I'm taking outside songs, I want it to be something that, connects with me in a way that I feel like I wrote it. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how I look at songs. And I've yet to cut an outside song yet, but, I've got a few in the pile that I'm really excited about. And, Casey Beathard's one of my favorite writers of all time, and got a few of his that I'm like, I would cut those tomorrow, so for me, it's just whatever song connects with me personally, and then, fits what I'm doing, so, I'm definitely listening to outside songs for sure.
When you, referring back to your bluegrass days.
Yeah.
So when you said you started out in bluegrass, did you tour as a bluegrass artist?
Yeah, I started touring when I was like probably 11. We were gone every weekend, man. When I was like 13, 14, just getting ready to get into high school, I was doing ball and going to school, doing all the things that normal kids do, but I was also like basketball and baseball are kind of my two things. And baseball was my first love, and our baseball program shut down when I got into high school, so I swapped to basketball. But
you grew up in a small town then?
Oh yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Because that doesn't happen in cities. So
I think I graduated. My graduating class was 6 people. So
6?
Yeah.
Wow, that just took it to the next level.
6? What's happening?
No, it wasn't homeschooled. No, it was pretty much.
That's not enough to make a basketball team.
No, I had to play, or they wouldn't have had a team.
That's why they shut down the baseball team.
Program
Not enough people try it out.
Dude, it was so funny because we would beg guys like, dude, just be on the bench, man. We just need, I just need you to come in and give me a breather.
Oh, you can borrow my glove, dude. Yeah. Just come. I want to play.
Oh, dude. It was, you know what? Looking back on it, I'm thankful for it, man. It kept me out of a lot of trouble, I think. Had I gone to, public school I had a lot of friends that went to public school, and we played travel ball and stuff together. So I was always had friends outside of my school, but I'm thankful that I kind of had the upbringing I did. My school was super lenient with me going out on the road too, and doing the bluegrass thing. Cause I mean, like I said, it was 13, 14. I was on the road, 150, 200 dates a year. Like, wow. They would let us do schoolwork, homework when we were there, and they were super cool with, all that. And so it was a weird, cool, but like different upbringing. But,
did you make any money doing this? Your services were for free because you were like 11?
No. I mean, for a kid, man, I was making a couple $100 a weekend, and not having any bills. I've always been kind of a tightwad. So I bought my first 3 vehicles with bluegrass money. So, it was a great job. But more importantly, I just loved it. I knew that sports was something I felt like I was good at, to an extent, but I saw a cap on that. You know what I mean? It wasn't something I necessarily wanted to pursue as a career or anything. I knew music was what I eventually was going to do. So
Bluegrass Money. That's a good song title, by the way.
yeah,
Bluegrass Money.
let's write it.
Let's go. Let's go. Maybe I'll get a Jason Aldean cut. Maybe.
I don't know if bluegrass is one of his buzzwords or not. But,
oh, bluegrass. Let me hear it. Yeah, let me hear that.
Totally.
Is that something for you as an artist? Like, because Dirks is a big bluegrass guy.
Yeah.
He even paid homage to it with some of it. He did a whole bluegrass
On the ridge,
record.
man. Yeah.
Is that something that you could see yourself doing? Is kind of like, even if it's not a whole record, do like a song or two or
Man, yeah, it's been on my bucket list for a while. Just, for a while I got burnt out on it, man. I was playing pretty much traditional bluegrass for 8-9 years, and it's a lot of fun, but you're playing the same songs everybody else at the festival is playing a different way. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so that part of it got old to me a little bit. And, as a kid, bluegrass was not cool when I was playing bluegrass. You know what I mean? Now Billy Strings and Zach Top, all these guys have made it, open that gate to, I think, exposing how good bluegrass musicians are.
right.
But back then, man, yeah, it was kind of lame, in a lot of ways. But I loved it from the aspect of just being a guitar player, because I was a guitar player first, and that was my first love. And so it really made me a better musician than I think I would have been had I just started out in country or rock and just started writing. I wouldn't, have that side of it. So thankful for it. And, it was a lot of fun, man. We did a lot of cool stuff while I was doing that, but I knew it wasn't for me in the long run. I always grew up listening to country and 2000s rock and all that. So I was just always into that. And that's kind of more of what I started writing,
And Zach, is interesting you brought up Zach Tops, because his background is bluegrass as well.
Yeah.
So did you guys cross paths in that world?
Yeah, man. When I met Zach for the first time, we were both playing in family bands. I was playing guitar with my cousins in our bluegrass band, and he was playing with, I think it was his sister. And then I can't remember who else was in their band, but it was a little bluegrass unit. He was playing mandolin, singing harmonies. So yeah, we've come a long way.
He's and you would consider him the real deal, right?
Oh,
Old
man.
Zach.
He's one of those guys that when he moved to town, we have a mutual friend that's been here, and he's more on the business side. And he's like, yeah, Zach's moving to town. I'm like, dude, this guy's about to erupt. I was like, because I knew how good he was just with a guitar.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that deserves that credit, because he can sit here with nobody accompanying him and just put on a show. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it was cool to watch that happen.
I would assume he would say the same thing about you. I've seen you play, dude.
So.
I think,
Man.
And if you haven't seen this guy play, you have to, because you're phenomenal, man.
Well, I'm definitely, I don't really claim the bluegrass world anymore, because if it's one of those things, if you don't keep your chops up, man, get in a room with Billy Strings, and you feel like the guy on the low end of the totem pole very quickly, So I don't promote it anymore, but I love getting to jam with those guys. It's a lot of fun.
All right, we're going to be right back. We're going to talk about what it's like to get in a room and write specifically for an Aldean record, because I'm sure it's interesting to say the least.
That's a good way to put
Interesting.
it. Yeah.
We're back. Sammy Shea singing. I love it. What were you singing?
I was singing Zach Top. He inspired me.
I know. Grammy nominated by. Were you Grammy nominated for If I Didn't Love You? Is that the one?
Yeah. Man.
Fire song.
I know. Fire song. Was that your first cut?
First cut, man. First cut.
Out of the gate. Welcome to town.
Yeah.
Here's a duet. Jason Aldean, Carrie Underwood, Grammy nominated. Forget about it.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
And now you have a new single out, Kid Myself.
Yeah.
You wrote that with Tyler Hubbard?
It's a funny story. It was kind of similar, because I'd already kind of put together what I thought was the album, my debut project last year, and we were putting songs together, had pretty much everything checked off that I wanted to check off. And going to the label to have a meeting, and Katie Kirkover at the label was like, she's like, I think you're missing this type of song. And I'm like, I don't know.
Like a family story song?
Yeah. She was like, she's like, I feel like there needs to be a spot on there where you just, tell a little bit more about yourself and your story. And And I was like, I think we got it covered. But like 2 days after we had that conversation, I had a ride on the books with Tyler Hubbard, and I'd never met Tyler, heard a lot of good things, but just, you never know.
Right.
And so I was super nervous about the ride. I'm like, I got to have at least one good idea. And so I was up the whole night before, like going through my phone, going through old notepads, like trying to find something, and I came across this title, Kid Myself. And I don't know, I was playing a guitar riff with it, and it just, something kind of felt cool. And so I put down a scratch course, and felt good about it, brought it in the next morning, and threw it out to Tyler, which, Tyler, he's the nicest guy in the world, was super cool and chill. And when I threw out that idea to him, he was like, man, we got to write that. And so it was really cool to have a first time write like that again, pan out the way it did, and to come out with a song like we did.
It's pretty interesting when two artists, so we're talking about Tyler Hubbard from FGL and then Tyler Hubbard, solo artist now, but do you kind of look at each other and be like, are we writing for my record or are we writing for your record?
Yeah, I feel like guys like him, you can tell pretty quick what's going on, and I'm all about whatever the room is that day. I never go into a room thinking like we got to write for me, or I want to get a cut on you. I just honestly, the best thing that's worked out for me is just writing the best idea. I'm like, let's throw out ideas for 15 minutes, see which one lands and connects with all of us, and we'll all be invested. So I think that's been my approach. And again, if it works out for me, great. I need a hit as much as anybody else. So it's fun to go into it that way, and I think it takes the pressure off of whoever's in the room.
Right. So personal wise though, you a lot's changed for you as well. I mean, you since moving to town, you married. How many kids do you have now?
Dude, I lost count, man.
When I met you, you had 0, and then all of a sudden you're like, "Oh, he's got 7 kids."
Yeah.
So how many kids do you have now?
Man, I go out at full speed ahead. 3 off days this past year, and now I've got 3 kids.
And you made the most of it.
Yeah, man.
All right, I hope you're ovulating.
Efficiency.
Oh man, yeah. No, it's been a fun ride, man. I tell you what, I did not expect to have 3 kids at this stage in my career. It definitely was not, my bingo card. But I couldn't imagine it any other way now. Having a kid, it's like there's no drive like that. When you have full dependent, people that are counting on you to provide. You're hustling. It's a different kind of motivation, and I feel like I've worked more in the last 3 years than I have any other time in my life. So
wait, 3 under 3?
Yeah.
4 years ago when I first met this guy, he wasn't. I don't think you were even married yet. Maybe.
No.
How long have you been married?
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
So he just like, married, kid.
Yeah.
I was just a kid myself.
It all
now I know why you
together.
put that title. You're like, there's a lot of kids going around here.
A lot of kids. It was funny at the end of that song. What was it? Me and Tyler were joking around about that when we were singing the demo in, and I threw in an ad lib at the end. I was like, got a couple kids myself. And it was just a funny moment. Had to be there, but yeah, it was funny. But yeah, I've got 3 kids. It's amazing. I mean, I love being a dad. That was something that I'm sure, like yourself, it's like that's something I always wanted to do. Couldn't imagine it any other way now.
That's
cool.
awesome. Well, Sammy froze her eggs, so she's going really backwards. So she's like,
what are we talking about?
What?
We're talking about Hayes' children, not mine.
No, I'm saying
Mine are frozen.
he
His
said
are
he
alive.
but he said we went backwards with it. I'm like, well, she's
That's
really
not backwards.
It's
What am I supposed to freeze them after they're alive?
That's true.
That's backwards.
That's backwards.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So we're getting ready to go, but we've thrown a lot of names out there with these songwriters. So when you're saying Tully and all these names, explain the dynamic in Nashville. And a lot of people don't maybe not know this. There's these like little cliques.
Sure, yeah.
These like little, it's just like high school, really. It's like high school, college, but there's little clique groups of songwriters, and you're in, I would call a camp. I guess a camp would be a better word.
Yeah, clique sounds negative.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I said clique. Camps.
Yeah, I don't know that it's like catty cliques. It's like just
it's a camp. Like it's like your group. It's like your people.
Depends on which camp.
Well,
it depends on what camp. Exactly.
And ain't that the truth?
Facts.
Sorry, go ahead.
Explain that camp, because a lot of people find that interesting. Like, that's how it happens.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as you know, Nashville's just a wild in that regard. I think that's what separates it from any other area for the music industry, LA, anything else. My experience is just like, you can meet a label head at Tin Roof on a Monday night. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the truth.
Boy.
It's the truth. I'm not gonna throw out any names. No, but it's reality. Like, you never know who you're playing in front of. You take a gig at Live Oak. I mean, that's in all reality. That's kind of how I got discovered. Before even the Aldine thing happened, I was playing a show, a writer's round that I just got asked to do as a free show on like a Tuesday night and on Demumbrian. And this guy approached me after the show and he was like, "Are you signed? Like, what's going on?" And, I remember that show because I went into it. I was running behind a little bit. I was just like, let's get this over with. I went up there and played whatever songs I had, my best 3 songs, and got down, didn't think anything of it. But that's who kind of got me in the production mode, because he approached me and was like, "Hey man, like I work with this company and we're looking for a good track guy, producer guy." And I'm like, "I do tracks," and I really didn't do tracks at the time, but I learned really quickly how to do tracks and just jumped into that whole world. And
Can you Google how do I do tracks?
Oh, dude,
24-hour service.
Yeah, I'd be embarrassed to show you. Yeah, the search history on that, because I was on YouTube like learning how to like adjust an EQ or how to run compression, like everything that most guys would generally know in that world. I knew nothing, and so I did it and got good at it enough for him to plug me in with better writers at his company. And so I was in the middle of like getting ready to sign just a standard pub deal when Aldine called me. And so I know you asked about that camp and how
now
that works.
Camp is, 2 of the guys are in Jason's band.
Kurt and Tully are the guys, that really, John Edwards, who's also at our company. He's the guy. He was my Uber driver who I met. It's a lot of crazy. I can't make it up, man. I can't make it up. But when I was making trips down to Nashville before I moved here, I went out to eat one night with my drummer, and this guy picks us up. We start chatting. This is like 2019. And cool guy. He's like, "Yeah, I've been in town for 15, 20 years, He's like, "I've been writing songs for a while. Wrote a couple songs for Jason Aldean back in the day." And, I'm like, "Sick. You just drive an Uber for fun?" And he's like, "Yeah, honestly, I just do it to network." And I'm like, cool.
That's cool.
Didn't talk to him at all. Didn't get his info, nothing, right? Well, fast forward a year later, I moved to town. I've got a side hustle working at Lucky Brand Jeans.
Okay.
And I'm working one day. This dude walks in, and I'm like, "Man, I know this guy from somewhere." It was John Edwards from a year earlier. Had never talked to him since then, but he came into the store I was working at. We kind of hit it off again, recognized each other, and that's when we started writing some songs together. And after we wrote like 1 or 2 songs, he was like, "Man, I'd love to set up a write with some of my buddies that I've been writing with in town for a while." And I'm like, "Sure." It ended up being Kurt and Tully. And so that's how I got plugged in with those guys. We wrote a couple songs. They pitched some songs to Aldine just as pitches for him.
Yep.
And from what I understand, he was just like, songs are cool, but who is this kid? Like, I don't even know who this guy is, So that's kind of how I got discovered by that camp, for sure.
All right, listen, John, you're awesome. Kid Myself is out now. Touring this summer?
Yeah, man. We're going to be announcing some stuff soon. We got shows coming in left and right.
Oh, wait a minute. What do you mean announcing stuff soon? How long we got to wait for this? What's going on here?
Well,
when are you announcing?
I wish I knew. No, man, we've got some stuff. We're doing a little West Coast run in March, so we'll be out on that side of the country for a little bit. Just doing some headlining stuff for now, and got new faces coming up in town for CRS week, and
I can't believe we didn't even talk about that. So So new faces, that's a big deal, dude.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, I'm
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been.
You guys?
Yeah.
New faces. Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
I knew we would get. Thank you.
Yeah. I, it's just funny because I look at the company I'm with, and I'm like, it's just kind of crazy,
Yeah.
So, trying to take my time, prepare for that, make sure we're dialed in and
Ready.
got our songs ready. And yeah,
It's
it's
just
gonna be
all
fun.
of country radio in the room, just
Yeah, no
staring
big
at
deal.
you.
No big deal. Everybody that's been through there has been successful artists, so no pressure. That's what I was told. But
Well, that's like 98% correct.
true. I don't want to be
I'd
in the
say.
2%, though. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
you don't.
I want
You
to
don't.
steer clear of
You're
that.
not gonna. They wouldn't have asked you if they thought you were.
True. Stay away from the 2%.
Chuck's
Yeah.
trying to make this about him because he played New Faces showcase back in like 2001, and
Well, first of
his
all,
graduating
it was
class was
2009.
okay 9. It was Chuck Wicks, Kelly Pickler, Lady Antebellum, now known as Lady A,
Zach Brown Band.
Zach Brown Band, and
James Otto.
James Otto. Big class.
Not bad.
And I
That's a
would
great
argue
class.
that all 5 of them have had success after New Faces showcase.
Yeah.
But like
That's right.
Chuck wants to play the "Oh woe is me" game because he's not playing this year this
I
weekend, and
thought
Zach
what you guys
is.
were saying, I thought I was in the 2%, and then I was, and then
Why
now,
would
you,
I ever say that?
now you made me feel better, and I was in the
so
98%.
rude. I would never say that. I'm just rude about other things. Not that.
It is. I will say this. It is one of the harder rooms you'll play. But if I'm giving, you're not soliciting advice, but
Oh, I am. Yeah.
I will say this: they did vote you in, so
Right.
already know
They're on your side.
they're on your side.
That's true.
So go out there and crush it.
I appreciate that.
Yep.
I needed that.
I'll be
Usually, because usually you walk into a room
want me to bring you a sign?
in a radio room, and you're like, you got to win them over.
Yeah.
Well,
That's true.
You're there because you did win them over.
Wow.
So
there. So all those radio tours paid off.
I'm ready now,
one
bro.
up, see?
Let's get it.
Game over now. Game over.
Everything he's said about Nashville so far, though, is like why I love Nashville.
Oh, yeah.
It hasn't changed.
I literally LOL'd when he was like, "Oh, you can meet a record executive at Tin Roof."
Yeah.
That's not a joke.
No,
Facts.
it's not.
It could be your Uber driver. It could be in between shots. Like it is something that I guess it's a catch-22, but like this town is so small that you just really never know when, where, or who.
Yeah.
But it's around every corner.
There's two things
love
that will
that.
happen if you
Yeah.
go to Tin Roof. You'll either meet a record executive
Or see Chris Young.
John Morgan, everybody.
With his
This is
headphones
good
in.
stuff. This is good. This is good. New faces. He's going to crush it.